Hello everyone, this video will take you through one of the most important and widely used tool in Microsoft Excel called lookups. We have three different types of lookups, and this video majorly focuses on delivering you how to use VLOOKUP, what is exactly VLOOKUP, its syntax, and how to use VLOOKUP in Excel applications. So let me quickly start making you understand what exactly VLOOKUP is. So what exactly is VLOOKUP? VLOOKUP is used, or any lookup for that matter, lookups are actually used to find and extract related data based on the data variable or unique data variable that we have in our data set. I'll explain you with a simple example. Say for example, you have a data set pertaining to sales people, sales team. You have a sales employee, a sales team ID in the data set, and the location of the sales team where he is working, number of products sold in that particular month or a week, then total revenue generated. This information I have in my database. Now there are some 1,000 employees, 1,000 sales team working in my branch, and I would really like to understand information pertaining to one particular sales guy, a sales employee, just by entering his ID, just by entering his sales employee ID. The moment I mention the employee ID, I should be able to extract whatever the information I need about that particular employee, whether it is the amount of sales he has created in last 1 month, or the location where he is working with, the product which he is actually selling, every information I wanted. But I don't have time to scroll down the entire database of 1,000 records and then search where is this employee available. Rather, I would have created a lookup where I'll just mention the employee ID or the sales member ID, and I should get the relevant information pertaining to that sales team member. So that's how lookup is used, and this tool in Microsoft Excel, lookups, is widely used across all the sectors in the business, whether it is in sales, inventory management, accounting and finance, e-commerce, human resource, education, services sector, real estate sector, wherever you take, wherever there is data handling, we have lookups there. And there is no organization or no function without data handling. So you can understand how important lookup is. Now, there are three types of lookups to be precise. We have VLOOKUP, we have HLOOKUP, and we have XLOOKUP. VLOOKUP refers to the vertical lookup. So when we will use vertical lookup, whenever we have our database in the column based format, which means under the columns you have headings like employee ID, employee name, employee location, employee department. These are mentioned in the columns. This is how the regular format of Excel databases are maintained, which is why VLOOKUP is the most widely used lookup in Excel, because databases are mostly maintained in the column format, where the columns represent the variables or the column headings, and you have rows where we represent the records of that particular columns. In such cases, we apply VLOOKUP. And if your database is maintained in reverse, which means instead of columns, your headings are in the rows and your records are in the columns, in such case, your lookup, your HLOOKUP would be used there. And irrespective of the cases, whatever the format of the data has been maintained, you still wanted to use lookup in either of these options, XLOOKUP comes handy. And XLOOKUP has been pretty well advanced, and all the troubles or all the errors that you see when you're applying for VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP are taken care, and it is made very easy when you apply XLOOKUP. So now this tutorial will take you through all these three lookups, starting with VLOOKUP in this video, and my next video will talk about HLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. So this is how the VLOOKUP syntax look like. Equals to, always the formulas in Microsoft Excel start with equals to, that a representation to Excel window that we are writing a formula, and then we type VLOOKUP, open parenthesis, between the two parentheses we actually have 4 parameters. we have four parameters. One is lookup value, table array, column index number, and range lookup. Let me explain each of this. Lookup value says what information or what data you would like to search. Whether you want to search employee ID, or you wanted to search employee name, or you wanted to search through email ID, because this is kind of a primary key. So this should be a unique variable, and you should not have a duplicate of variables in this particular column. If you have duplicates in this column, your lookup might not work in some cases. So lookup variable, in the example where I spoke about employees database, employee ID could be your lookup variable. Employee name can also be a lookup value, provided there are no two employees with the same name. If you have two employees with the same name, then there will be multiple records with the same name. In such case, lookup value cannot be employee name. So lookup value should not have a duplicate IDs or duplicate names, which is why we call a primary key. So lookup value is what you would like to search, and table array where you would like to search. Say for example, I wanted to search employee ID 100. Where I should search, there is a table of 5 columns and 1000 records, where I'll go and search for the 100th employee ID with the employee with the ID number 100. I'll search in the database. The moment Excel finds that particular employee ID, it knows what are the relevant information of that employee. So now it will ask you probably what information from this I wanted you to give, you need me to give. So now column index number says I wanted information relating to 100 employee number 100. The third column, whatever the information you have, you please give it to me. So I'll have to mention the column number. That's what is called as column index number. And range lookup speaks about whether you wanted approximate match while searching for your employee ID, or you wanted a exact match. Always we go for an exact match. Only then your data will be accurate. Otherwise, whatever the data you are extracting from other sources, the accuracy would be a question. Though you have few applications for that, we usually go for 0. By mentioning 0, it represents exact match. So quickly take you through the lookup value, the value you wanted to search for. Table array, the range of cells that contains the data, and that is a range that you will select. Column index number is a column number in the table array from which the value has to be returned. And range lookup, it usually say whether you wanted true, which means approximate match, or you select false, which is an exact match. So we usually use false. This is a syntax. So lookup value is what to search, table array is where to search, column index number, which relevant data to extract from which column, and then whether you wanted approximate match or exact match. This is how the VLOOKUP syntax goes. Now let's take you through the direct Excel window, where we'll try to understand practically by applying simple lookups and lookup with references. Now this is a database we have where in column A we have employee ID, column B we have employee name, in column C we have department, then salary, then location. Though we have another two columns joining date and performance score, we don't have information pertaining to these two columns. We have information only pertaining to employee ID till location. The first 5 columns information is already loaded. Now let's see what is the first question here. Question number 1 says, by applying simple VLOOKUP, you need to search for the location based on employee ID. I need to search for the location based on employee ID. Let me apply VLOOKUP here. What is the syntax of VLOOKUP? Equals to VLOOKUP. The moment I type VLOOKUP appears. Just click on tab button and the VLOOKUP formula gets activated. You can clearly see the syntax below. This will guide you through how to apply your formula. Now try to understand here, what is lookup value? Lookup value is what you will have to search. Here my common value which I have to search is an employee ID. So I'll have to go and mention employee ID. So I would usually put it in double quotes, the employee ID, if it is a combination of text and numbers, or if it is only text. But here in this particular case, the employee ID is only numbers. So you should not mention it in quotes. So let me take some random employee number here, 2535. I'll take 2535 as my employee ID. That's my lookup value. So I am searching for the information pertaining to employee ID 2535, comma. Where should I search? Now I'll tell the Excel where it has to search. I wanted Excel to search between these 5 columns. I've given a range from column A to column E. It has to search for the employee ID 2535, comma. Once it is searched, say employee ID is here, right? Employee ID 2535 is here. Excel has found. Now Excel wanted to understand employee ID 2535 has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 information. Name is there, department is there, salary is there, location is there. So what do you want? Now you have to tell Excel what do you want. I wanted location, but Excel doesn't understand what is location. Excel understands only the location number. So in which column location is exist? A is the first column, B is the second column, C, D, E. So location is in fifth column. So mention 5. Then it will ask you whether you want approximate or approximate match or exact match. I want exact match. So false. I have typed false. If you don't want to type false, you can even mention 0. Just by mentioning 0, even it will take false. Or if you want to mention false, you can mention false. Anyways, it works. It will work. So now you see it's Bengaluru. Which ID it was? 2535. So 2535, the location is Bengaluru. Say for example, if instead of mentioning 5, if I mention 4, what will happen? What is there in the fourth column? Salary. It should give me a salary here. Of that particular employee, I'll get salary. But as per your question, it is, location, so I'll put it 5 here. In my second question, it is already location there, so what I'll do, I'll try to get salary here. I'll change the question to salary. Now in my next question, I will do it through cell reference. Here the question comes, should I always go and change the employee ID inside the formula? Should I go to formula and edit the formula every time when I wanted information? Is it possible I'll just mention the employee ID somewhere and I'll get my information, whatever I need? Yes. So that's what is called as VLOOKUP with cell reference. Here I'll give this particular box here for employee ID. And here I'll apply VLOOKUP. It will search for employee ID here and then it will get the information needed. Say for example, I'll put 1520 employee ID here by default. Now I'm trying to write a VLOOKUP and also lookup value. What should I look? I should look for this. I should actually look for H9. That's what I'm telling Excel. You should look for H9. So now Excel has seen H9. What is there in H9? H9 has got 1520. So Excel now knows it should search for 1520. Where it should search, that's called is table array. So it should search in these 5 columns A to E. So I've told Excel where you have to search. Say it has now searched and it has found 1520. Where is 1520? 12th row. Now 1520 has got name, its name pertaining to that, department pertaining to it, salary and location. Now what should I search for? I need salary. What is the column index number of salary? A, B, C, D. So 4 is a column index number of salary. So click on 4, comma. I wanted exact match. Instead of typing false, I can type 0, close, enter. Now you see 68,974 is the salary of 1520 employee ID. It's like this. Now if I go and change the employee ID here, let's say 5506, it should automatically change. I'll go and mention 9279. The salary is changed. So here, instead of salary, if I wanted location, I'll just go change 4 to 5. And now it will take to Chennai, which means the location is given to you. That way, you should just create a VLOOKUP and you just need to go change the employee ID. What is the information you want? Whatever the information you want, you'll get it here. It's just location. Similar way, I can try to extract name, department, salary, location, whatnot, everything. Now going to question number 3. What is question number 3? Extract joining date and performance score. Yeah, we don't have joining date and performance score here. It's empty. And where should I extract this from? From sheet 2 using VLOOKUP. So sheet 2, I have joining date and I have performance, but these two informations I need to extract to sheet 1. So I need a link to do that. I cannot just copy and paste from there. I can copy and paste from here only when the order of employee IDs are same. Now you see here in my first row, the employee ID is 8517. Here in my first row, the employee ID is 2824. If I just copy paste here, the joining date and performance score might mismatch. So which is why copy pasting doesn't work here. So what should I do? I should use employee ID as my link, because employee ID is available here also and employee ID is available here also. By using employee ID, what I'll try to do, I'll try to extract joining date and performance score. So I'll go here for the joining date. I'll apply VLOOKUP equals to VLOOKUP. What I should search for, employee ID, comma, where I should search. I should search an employee ID. I need joining date here, right? So I'll just go and select only two columns because I only need joining date here in this column. So comma. So joining date is in second column, so I'll mention 2, comma, 0 for exact match, close, enter. Now I have a joining date. So if you wanted to populate this formula for the entire database, just go double click here. So you can see that the joining dates are populated for the entire data set. In a similar way, I would also need to generate performance code. So start with again formula VLOOKUP, select employee ID, comma, where I should search from sheet 2. Now I need to take all the 3 columns because I need performance score, and performance score is available in column number 3. Now comma, it is now asking for column index number. Column index number here will be 3, comma, 0 for the exact match, close the bracket. So now I've got performance score. So to get this data applied for every row, give a double click. Now you see that the performance score is populated in the entire database. I'm sure now you've learned how to apply simple VLOOKUP with cell references, and connecting two data sheets through VLOOKUP. These 3 you've learned. Now, based on these learnings, I wanted that you will be able to complete this question number 4. What is question number 4? Create the list to employee ID. So here in dashboard sheet, you have employee ID. In this particular cell, you have to create a list of employee IDs, which means all the employees IDs will be given in the list. Now, just by selecting the employee ID, you should be able to get employee name here, department here, salary here, location here, joining date here, and performance here. You can download this Excel file from the description of this video and start extracting all this information just through employee ID. Right? I hope you'll be able to do this. If you could do this effectively, I'm sure you should have mastered VLOOKUP. Thank you so much.